Prologue. When the moon turned its face. The elders of Omboko say the moon has two faces, one for humans and one for spirits. When the human face shines, bright, round, and familiar, children play outside, hunters track their prey, and lovers whisper secrets beneath its glow. But when the moon turns the other face, the pale one cut with faint scar lines and shadows that seem to breathe, the world becomes something else entirely. The night the forest changed its name was such a night. Even the crickets knew. Their chirping stopped abruptly, leaving a silence that pressed against the ears like thick cloth. Dogs whimpered and crawled beneath huts. Old women muttered forgotten prayers, and deep in the forest of Murindi, a place older than memory, something stirred, something that had been waiting. This is the story of how a girl named Nyasha, a boy named Kolo, and a hunter who once lied to a river spirit changed the fate of their village. It is a story of bargains, betrayals, and a truth buried for 20 seasons. Chapter 1. The Girl Who Listened to Trees. Nyasha was not born extraordinary. She was born in the season of red dust, when the wind carried the smell of cracked earth and the sun burned without mercy. Her mother swore that from the moment she could walk, Nyasha would wander toward the edge of Murindi forest, not out of foolishness, but because she claimed she could hear the trees whisper. At first, everyone assumed she meant the wind moving through the branches. But as she grew older, her words became too precise, too literal to dismiss.
The Iroko says its roots are thirsty. Someone has blocked the stream.
The elders laughed until they went to the stream and discovered a fallen trunk damming the water. Another time she warned,
The red thorn tree says strangers passed last night. 4, wearing boots.
2 days later, hunters confirmed footprints matching her description. People began calling her Mwana Wamsitu, child of the forest, not with reverence, with unease. By the time she turned 16, mothers pulled their children close when she passed. Men lowered their voices. Some whispered that the spirits marked her. Others feared that she belonged not to humans, but to the forest itself. Nyasha ignored them all. Her closest companion was Kolo, a gangly boy with quick hands, quicker wit, and the unfortunate tendency to laugh loudly at the wrong time. Unlike the others, he wasn't scared of Nyasha's gift.
It's simple. If the trees talk to her, then she talks to me. Does that make me a bush?
Nyasha would hide a smile. Kolo had a talent for pulling laughter from places that had no business holding joy, but even he grew uneasy the night the moon changed its face. Chapter 2. The Moon of Bad Omens. That night the sky looked bruised. Clouds swirled without wind, gathering around the moon like vultures over a dying beast. Nyasha stood outside her hut, staring upward. Behind her, her mother called out, "Come inside! That moon is no moon for decent people." But Nyasha did not move. The forest was speaking, not whispering, calling. Roots shifting, leaves trembling, something ancient turning in its sleep. Just then Kolo ran toward her, breathless. "Nyasha! Have you heard? The forest is uneasy." "No, not that. Everyone is gathering by the meeting tree. A hunter has not returned." "Who?" "Baraka." At the name, her stomach tightened. Baraka was no ordinary hunter. He was known across several villages as the man who walked into danger and walked out smiling. If he was missing, something was terribly wrong. The trees told me someone broke a sacred rule. Which rule? They do not speak clearly. Tonight their voices are tangled, frightened. That frightened him more than he let show. Come, let us go to the meeting. Chapter 3. The Hunter Who Lied to a River. The village gathered beneath the giant baobab, its trunk wide as a house and older than any elder alive. Torches flickered, shadows stretched long across the ground. The chief, Mzi Kandoro, stood before them. His face was carved with age and authority. Baraka has not returned. He went to hunt near Murindi forest. His tracks vanish at the border. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Everyone knew what it meant for footprints to disappear at that boundary. There were things in the forest that did not like being followed. We must send a team. If he is injured... No. Murindi is restless tonight. Look at the moon. We would only add more missing men to the count. Let the spirit seers go. People turned instinctively toward Nyasha. Her mother grasped her wrist. Do not speak. Not tonight. But Mzi Kandoro's eyes were already on her. You, child of the forest. Have you heard anything? Nyasha swallowed. Every eye burned into her. The forest is afraid. Something has awakened that should have slept. Uneasy whispers spread. Kolo stepped closer, ready to protect her if anyone reacted poorly. Tell us plainly, will Baraka return? Nyasha hesitated. Then the trees spoke to her. Not gently, not clearly, but in a rush of broken images. Water breaking its bounds, a hunter kneeling in guilt, a bright coil of smoke rising from a riverbank, and something with too many eyes opening in the dark. Baraka offended a spirit. Gasps. Which one? Before she could answer, a sudden gust of wind blew through the gathering. Torches flickered violently. All sound died. Then a scream pierced the night. Every head turned. At the edge of the village lay a small pool of water fed by a stream. At its center, something glowed, dim, blue, and rising. A figure submerged waist-deep in the water lifted its head. Baraka. But his eyes were wrong. They glowed the same eerie blue as the water around him. And when he spoke, his voice was not his. You seek the hunter, but the hunter belongs to the river that he deceived. The crowd shrank back. Only Nyasha did not move. You, child who listens, you know the rule he broke. He lied. Yes, and the river does not forget lies.